Opposition leader Allen Chastanet has vehemently criticized the current government's handling of the funds generated from the Citizenship by Investment Program (CIP). This criticism comes in the wake of Prime Minister Hon Philip J. Pierre's recent presentation of the estimates of revenue and expenditure for the fiscal year 2024-2025, during which he detailed the contribution of the CIP to the nation's revenue generation.
In the projected outturn for this year, 2023-2024, the CIP contributed directly to revenue 45 million. Mr. Speaker, as compared to the approved estimates of 90 million. Mr. Speaker, the reason for the difference between the approved estimates and projected outturn for 23-24 is due to an increase in demand for the real estate option rather than donations that go directly into the National Economic Fund or government bond options. Mr. Speaker, 64.1 million was received by the National Economic Fund. From that amount, 45 million was transferred directly into revenue. The balance is available for use according to the objectives of the fund.
Chastanet questioned the efficacy and transparency of the government's utilization of the CIP funds, suggesting that the revenue generated could be leveraged more effectively to address pressing national issues.
More than half of the CIP money went into recurrent expenditure. We're all happy with that. That's money that should have remained in the sink fund and have been building up a fund for us in case we have any further disasters. Half of it was spent in that regard. The Prime Minister has not explained to the people of Saint Lucia why is it that 4 countries in the OECS involved in the CIP program have agreed to sign a new memorandum of understanding, which put controls on how much they're going to sell the CIP for. Saint Lucia has not. And the Prime Minister is saying, well, he has arrangements in. So it tells you that the arrangements that he has is below market price. And right after Easter, it is the intention of the opposition to have a specific session to deal with CIP.
The opposition leader faced pointed questions regarding the apparent absence of direct benefits for the citizens of Saint Lucia from the Citizenship by Investment Program, both during his own tenure as Prime Minister and now under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre.
I'm not here to defend myself, but I can say to you that when we came in, there was really a skeleton of a CIP program. There was no proper regulations for an economic fund, and we've had to work very hard on making our fund transparent. I can say to you that when people spoke about approval processes, clearly that was not in place, because RSSS and the other regional impacts were not part of the screening process. We have to be careful what we wish for. So in the case of other islands, those projects are being funded by an outside agency, meaning an agency was given an exclusivity or a preferred price, and they were selling the CIP programs, and they were then using the monies to build those properties. But those monies are not in Saint Lucia. And it's very similar to what I see taking place today in Saint Lucia, and I will articulate it more clearly.
Allen Chastanet goes on to further explain his government's plans during his tenure as Prime Minister for the use of CIP funds, which included the creation of an economic fund. The Citizenship by Investment Program, a crucial economic initiative for Saint Lucia, allows individuals to gain citizenship through investment in the country's economy. It has been hailed for its potential to drive economic growth and development. For Choice News Now, I am Onika McCoy reporting.